Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of Beyond Dressing Well Live. I'm Mary Lou Andre, the founder and president of Dressing Well, and it's great to see so many of you guys back again. I miss you. I was off last week, but I'm back. We were thrilled that so many of you watched the replay that we had in the group, but I had a magnificent time with my family. I had two boys that graduated college, one a week ago Sunday and one last Friday, and it was just a wonderful time celebrating my two guys who are truly my heart. So thank you for all the well wishes. I posted some photos in the group and people really had such nice things to say. So thank you all. And tonight we're back. I promised we'd be back with a brand new program. And I think I really hit on something that you're all going to appreciate and learn from. It's definitely going to be a mindset program tonight, really to help you all kick off the new month. Happy June. It's June 1st. And I actually went on Google and Googled what different holidays and celebrations there were on June 1. And I came up with National Nail Polish Day. There were several that pertain to our group. Of course, I don't have my nails done, but it's National Nail Polish Day today. It's National Tailor Day, which we're definitely going to be getting into tonight. And it's also National Wear a Dress Day. So I'm wearing one of the dresses that I wore to the college graduations. I was telling the girls on the line beforehand that I'm not a big dress wearer, so I figured I would get some extra miles out of the dress that I wore for my son's Tim's graduation. I did wear it with this necklace for maybe I'll put it on for Tim's graduation, and I really liked the look. And tonight I put it on with a belt. So I have two different ways to wear it, more casually, a little bit more glam. I'm going to go with glam tonight. I hope you guys like that. And I had this scarf with the dress with a little bit of a purple. So I'll do another whole live when I do our next show and tell. I can show you some of the strategy behind my graduation style. But I really did have a blast and I had a great time putting my wardrobe together too. But a couple of announcements at the top of the hour before we dive into our brand new program. I wrote this over the weekend, kind of fine-tuned it today. And when I thought, I promised you guys 2 weeks ago when we were over at Top It Off, wasn't that a blast? The accessory store was the last live that we did, that I would come back with some new programming for June. And I really am happy with what we came up with. We are, it's June 1, so we are now in open enrollment for our next session of 90 Days to Stellar Style. It kicks off on Monday, June 13th, and we are definitely, the doors are open. If you have been on the program for a while and you're ready to learn more about the program, there's several different ways to take it. Please get on my calendar, get on Sarah's calendar. Sarah's over in Facebook. Maria and Jen Coletti are over here on Zoom, but get on either Sarah's calendar or mine, and we are happy to chat with you about your wardrobe, your needs, and how this program might be the thing that really moves the needle for you. We also, it's a new month, so we have some great prizes tonight. We do have a $250 gift certificate. So anyone that does join the program this week that is up for grabs. So one person that joins, we had Doreen Romano join today. I'm going to put you in the mix, Doreen, because you just came in. But somebody's going to get a $250 gift certificate. I also have one of the shawls from Top It Off. That was such a fun program. We had close to 600 views of that video, so people really loved it. But here's one of the ponchos that I showed, and this is also one of the gifts tonight. So all you have to do, we also have a cheat sheet for the program, 7 ways not to give up on your style. Here's the cheat sheet. So if you'd like the cheat sheet, just put cheat sheet in the chat. Did I say that right? Cheat sheet in the chat, and either Jen or Sarah will get that over to you. And whoever we'll raffle this off with the cheat sheet. So if you put cheat sheet and you get one, your name will go into the raffle for this. So what else was I going to tell you guys? Those are the prizes. I wanted to let you know about 90 Days to Stellar Style. Hello, Diane Webster. I see you sneaking in there. And of course, wanted to thank Sarah, who's over in Facebook, and Maria and Jen that are over here on Zoom with me. So let's dive into our program. 7 ways not, N-O-T, to give on your style. So whenever I'm preparing to launch 90 Days to Stellar Style, I am talking to a lot of people. I'm talking to the team. I'm looking at questionnaires. I am really paying attention to what people are saying. And one of the things that breaks our hearts, and I know that I am speaking for Sarah, Jen, and Cathy, and all the many talented stylists that have worked in this company over the years, is when people really say, I don't have the style gene. I don't have the fashion gene. I can't figure this out. And they really start to go down the rabbit hole of they can't figure it out. There's no hope for them. And that, I know it upsets me, and I know it upsets the team, because we truly do have a methodology that anybody can learn. So before you say, before you give up, I've got my closet's a mess, I don't have the gene, I'm not at my ideal weight, I can't figure out my sizes, I don't like some of the styles that are out there. What I'd like for you to do tonight is to do a big time out and really have a mindset shift on what it really means to be well dressed and what the value is of doing that. As you know, we define dressing well. Of course, it's about the clothes. That's the fun part. That's the creative part. But what we're really talking about is energy, confidence, appropriateness, not second guessing yourself, showing up, being your best, being ready for new opportunities because you feel comfortable in your own skin and you're ready for whatever lies ahead. So what I've done, I actually had 10, but I shifted it to 7. So for the first 20 minutes of the program, I'm going to do this new program, which is brand new for me. Again, I wrote it in the last 2 weeks. And then I've invited a few women who are either in the current 90 Days to Stellar Style or have been in past programs to come on and say a couple of words about what our methodology has really done for them. So number 1 is, and you'll notice when you get the cheat sheet, and you got to stay on to the end, Sarah and Jen are going to send it at the end so that you're not fiddling around with your messenger and you're really focused and you can get that as the gift that it is at the end of the program. But you're going to notice that I capitalized and bolded the key concepts, and I didn't capitalize or bold the fashion concepts. I bolded the mind shift concepts. So tip number 1 is you need to believe, and believe is the word that I capitalized and bolded, that style can be taught. So when I wrote my book, which a lot of you have, and it really is the guiding principle behind our online programs, is it can be taught. One of the most complimentary book reviews I got was by the Librarians Association, and it actually moved our book to an even higher spot. Penguin was my publisher, higher spot with Penguin, because they said that the book showed that dressing well was a science that could be taught. And at the time when that review came in, it was a game changer for me and my team, because all of a sudden we had a new way to look at what we did and feel even more comfortable sharing it with people that thought, I can't learn this, I don't have this gene. So tip number 1 is, from this moment forward, believe that you can be whatever you want to be, and believe that there is help to help you find your style. And again, the real journey is one of confidence, acceptance, energy, meeting new things in your life with joy. I had somebody call on a call the other day that said she wasn't going to go on a cruise with her family because she just couldn't figure out the dress stuff. It was really dressy. And I was like, let us take your hand, partner with us, and we'll get that figured out in a way that really isn't complicated. So when you get the cheat sheet, there's 7 tips. It's also kind of a meditation. You can really sit with it and say, you know what? I'm done thinking I can't figure this out, and on and on and on. Number 2 is understand that more is not always better. I hear people say all the time, I don't have anything in my closet that works. I have all these clothes and I still can't get dressed, and I'm just giving up. I can't figure it out, and I'm not going out. I think I shared on one of our programs, we had a woman that has actually gone through the Stellar Style program, a gifted artist. And when she booked a connect call with me to learn more about what we do, and she wasn't even thinking about the program, actually, she ended up enrolling and loved it. But she said, I don't even go to my own art exhibits because I have every intention of going at 4 o'clock. I have to be there at 7. And I open the closet door and it becomes 5 o'clock. It becomes 5:30. It becomes 6, and I don't go. That's the stuff that honestly breaks our heart, like, because it doesn't have to be that way. So number 2 is understand that more is not always best. If you've got tons of stuff in there and you're feeling overwhelmed, step number 1 is going to be to downsize that closet in a way that what's left is truly wearable and gets you out the door quicker, feeling better, and not second guessing yourself. When I was looking at my notes today, preparing for today's program, I heard a lot of women on our discovery calls, whether it's for the program or working privately with us. I'm doing a group training for a company next week, and I'm doing some of the intake for that. A lot of them are saying, I'm just second guessing myself. I don't know if it's appropriate. Some of that has to do with, we all were in Zoom clothes. Now we're going back to work, or the world's opened up and we all of a sudden have all these weddings, and it's a different energy, a different vibe. So understand that more is not always better. Connect with who you are today and have less pieces that you can put your hand on and get out the door quickly. Number 3, know that pre-planning is key. Even for the graduations that I just came off of, I started thinking about this wardrobe. You guys know my whole life story. I went to Florida and did most of the shopping for it. But when I got back here to Boston, I didn't know if it was going to be hot or cold. So pre-planning, and what I wore to my son John's wedding, not yet, that's next. Did I just say that? What I wore to my son John's graduation, it was 99 degrees that day. It was not what I had planned to wear. And I went out Thursday night before the graduation, breaking all my own rules, but I knew what I was doing. I said, I need a really lightweight dress. I had no idea it was going to be 99 degrees on May 22nd when I started planning. So pre-planning, like what would have happened if I woke up, had to be in Boston at 9 o'clock in the morning and hadn't pre-planned it? That's when you start giving up on your style. You pick any old thing. And of course, people tell me, Sarah, Jed, and Cathy, all of that anxiety and wasted energy. So pre-planning everything we do, and of course, you know how proud we are of 90 Days to Stellar Style, is about meeting you where you are, jumping into your world. You are paired with a stylist, which is incredible, and making sure that you are matching your life today with what's in that closet so that you can put your hand on it and get out the door quickly. Number 4 is embracing your shape, your curves, your you. So many women think, oh my goodness, I can't, I've got to lose the 10 pounds, the 20 pounds. No, you don't. Some of the best dressed women that all of us work with are, I'm thinking of them. They just accept and embrace. It doesn't matter what size they are. They say, this is who I am. This is how I want to show up. And the party starts fast because of the acceptance. And I love it. I did have one woman that I privately coached many years ago who really was struggling with weight her whole life. She had, master's degree, worked really hard in her profession. And when she came to us, she said, this is the last part of my leadership journey. I have achieved so much, but I'm not comfortable in my own skin. I'm not owning my power and my years of experience the way that I should. And she was plus size. She had lots of stuff in her closet that worked. We got rid of a lot of the little jewelry and punched up the big pieces. And you could just see the joy and the complete shift in her. But you know what she said to me, and this goes back years now. She said the shift for her was the energy. She said, when I started to just accept who I was physically, it started matching who I was on the inside. And she said, doors literally started to open. She said, I never had a man hold the door open for me before to get into an elevator, because she had been kind of invisible and she was sending out a lot of signals of don't bother me, very quiet. She said, with the really bringing her style up and accepting and embracing who she was completely was a game changer. And then when I share that story in some of my corporate trainings and group settings, what that really is energy. Think about that. Is when somebody holds a door open for you, whether you're male, female, young, old, it's such acceptance. It's such connection with another human being. It makes you feel good. And that's what I mean about the energy. So number 4, embrace those shapes and those curves. Get with the brands. I mean, America is changing. The retailers are waking up. There is so many great plus size clothing. And if you're a tiny little petite person, there's plenty of brands for you as well. So embrace your size. We work with all sizes, shapes, ages, professions. We love people. We meet you where you're at. And I love when people get comfortable in their own skin, because I see the magic in that. Right after that, tip number 5, and I actually switched this late in the afternoon. I had this one first, then embrace your shape, but I switched it. So we have embrace who you are. And the next one is commit to fit. I'm going to say it again, commit to fit. When things fit you, it is no longer about the clothes. It's about eliminating distractions. So again, the whole idea about not giving up on your style is so that you own your life, your experience, your adventures, your special events, your job, your travel, your kids, your workouts, your gardening, your life totally differently. And when things fit, and that also goes into fabrics, knowing your internal and your external thermostat, so that you are, again, just so comfortable in your skin. And a quick story about fit, and this one always makes me smile as well. I had the opportunity, and I always say the opportunity because this job has brought so many amazing people into my life. And you just have so much fun when you eliminate the anxiety over this topic, and you just let people experience the freedom of like, yeah, you got to get dressed. Yeah, you have a job where you got to dress a certain way, or you've got a wedding and you can let your hair down a little bit, or you're in the privacy of your own home. Who cares what you wear? Whatever it is, you really make friends in this business. But I had this guy who had been promoted to a very senior role. It was like a president over a division. And the coaching group that I was working with, everyone in this particular company got a consult with our firm. And they asked me if I would personally work with him. And I said, absolutely. And he had just bought a whole new wardrobe. And he started with me. He said, this is such a great service. I really appreciate your time, but I'm not buying anything. I just bought a whole new wardrobe and I'm really happy with it. Now, he was going to Hawaii, I believe, and he was giving the sales presentation for this enormous company, and he was really at the top of his game. So I said, I'm just going to call it, just show you a couple of things. And all of his clothes were too big. And I just did my thing where I brought the 42 regular, the 42 long, and I had him kind of play around with that. Long story short, he bought a whole new wardrobe with me. We laughed so hard, had so much fun. And he said, I didn't get to where I am not listening to experts. And he said, I have 4 hours with you today. He said, I honestly was thinking of taking you to lunch because I was just coming in to kind of, you know, be respectful to my company. And we ended up connecting in such a huge way. And I brought the tailor in. I told you I was going to get back to tailoring, and really gave him an education on fit that we still keep in touch. And he was a jokester. He's a really funny guy, but he did call me and he said, joking aside, I nailed it. Now, did the clothes make him perform at this supersonic way? No, they were a part of the puzzle, a part of the package. He was very disciplined. He was working with a speech coach, but he said the packaging piece just gave him that extra edge in terms of confidence. And again, the energy and really shining and at a very important event for him, his company, and quite frankly, his family. I ended up working with his wife. His wife was awesome. And just such a delight when you are recognized for your expertise. So if you're struggling with fit and alterations, know that this program really takes you on a magical journey. You're going to be paired with a stylist who's going to identify brands that work, help you fit your body in a way that's going to work for you. Number 6, think like an artist. And I know Sarah just popped on the screen, so I know I'm getting the wrap up here. Think like an artist. I cannot tell you how many people, when they want to give up on their style, in their house, I can't go to a store. They got to get out the door. I'll throw on a black dress. Why? It's like a canvas. I'll say, show me your best jewelry that you own. Imagine this on a black dress. Imagine a pair, most closets have a pair of shoes. If they don't love their legs and it's in the winter, I'm putting tights and boots on. If they don't love their legs and it's the summertime, we're going maybe for a longer dress that hides some of that, and we're going with a comfortable shoe. So think like an artist. Think of what you have that's very neutral, and how you can start to own and feel better with very, very simple things. That's how an artist starts. And the 7th and the final, before I bring our wonderful guests on here tonight, is always honor yourself. And I actually wrote honor yourself always. So if you're somebody that needs sensible shoes, can't walk in heels, you honor yourself. You don't like sleeveless. We did a whole program on sleeveless. You honor yourself. You do it in a way that you set the rules, but you don't give up. You make the time to know that, when I had my kids' graduations coming up, that I had shawls and weather gear in case it was pouring rain or if it was freezing cold. But you always honor who you are. And I bet you all of you can think of a time when you didn't honor who you were and you just didn't feel right. I know I've done it 100 times, but those are my 7 tips. The cheat sheet is there for you to hold in your hand, to reflect on, to open up a conversation with Jen and Sarah. They are here to serve you guys. We are very committed to this group. I think you guys know that. We show up every Wednesday night. We want to help. Those of you that are in a position to join our programs, work with us, we want to talk with you. We want to share what we think will work. I think, we're not this high sales pitch company. We're simply people that have a really, really great methodology. We love people. We make it easy to work for us, and we are really able to move the needle in terms of results. So that is my program. And next, I would just like to bring up a couple of people that we have met really through this forum. Like a lot of people that are come to our Facebook group. We've known them for a while. but we love having this new relationship with them. So I'm going to bring up Marianne first and just ask Marianne a couple of questions. I'm going to let Maria work the Zoom machine. Can you bring Marianne up with me, Maria, or is she just going to be on the screen?
She should be good once she speaks.
When she starts talking?
Okay.
So there's Marianne. Awesome. Hi, Marianne.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Can I ask you a couple questions?
Sure.
Okay. So what drew you to the 90-day program when you decided to join?
Well, as you know, when we spoke, that I was very much on the fence. I had a couple of things going on in my life. I was transitioning into a new, wasn't sure at the time what it was going to be, but and I was like, I didn't know, was it the right time to do it or not? And I finally said, you know what, just do it. And I was very happy that I did. I'm actually a repeat class.
Yes, you are. We love that you
for this, another 90 days. But I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I embraced everything that the program offered. I respectfully said goodbye to clothes that I had for a very long time that I loved, but I didn't wear anymore. And it's just taking up space. So it gave me a new appreciation for how to shop, being a smarter shopper. And to, like I said, it's like I have more room in my closet now,
And so what was the biggest change in your style since joining? Like style?
I think I moved out of my comfort zone. Like I wasn't one that would wear anything that was really a lot of like florals or anything. It was mostly, it was like very neutral, lots of like sheath dresses, skirts and, very conservative, probably blouses, but like I've, embraced, florals and more color in a lot of things, I would say. And also leggings. I was not a fan of leggings, but I've become a fan of leggings because I didn't think that they fit right. But one thing that I did get is I bought a full length mirror, which was a game changer and gave you a.
You said that because a lot of
Yep.
times I think what we know is so obvious and we're like, wow, that full length mirror, people share all the time that like at the end of the program, we always ask people what their best takeaways were. And I can't tell you how many, I think you said it at the end of your first session. So Marianne's in her second session. And what I love about Marianne's story too, is that when you and I connected, Marianne was going through a difficult job transition, had been with the same company for like your whole career, right? Was it 20 years? So never got an opportunity to say goodbye to colleagues and friends and, to connect with me. And I knew Marianne was on the fence and I just said, I wasn't sure if she was going to call me back or not, but then she sent me this email and she just said, I'm in. And I was like, oh my goodness, I was so psyched because I knew we could help and get her back. She was interviewing and I knew that it would just be something that would really help her feel better. And it would put her, she was at home working. So, we had a nice group. You work with Mary McNally and I know you and Mary really hit it off and Mary was just so great. So what would you say to somebody that might be thinking about joining, but's kind of on the fence? Because when I think of you, you did tell me that you said, you wrote me an email. I'm so glad I got off the fence. So what would you say to somebody else that might be on the fence? What would you say?
Do it as a gift to yourself. It's like you're investing in yourself. And, it will definitely, taking this will definitely then help you in other parts of your life, that you're more organized and you take it and you use it in other ways. I just came back from a 2-week vacation and I used things that I learned in that when I was packing. And, one of the tips was, it's like, it's like 3 tops for every pair of pants. And that's exactly what I did. And I had planned it out in advance because I knew it was like, I'm going to have to strategically plan and then make contingencies for the weather because of where I was going. So, and that definitely helped. So I had everything that I needed.
Awesome. And last question, Marianne, and I love that because that's another one that we get. We have like a core philosophy, and Sarah Zango teaches the class and just does a fabulous job. Like we have, it's six lessons, but Sarah's able to customize it. And then of course you get incredible customization with your stylist. But what was the thing that surprised you the most about the program, Marianne?
I guess, it's like, it was so much fun. And it was just like that I got into learned so much. And it was like, I didn't know what it was gonna be. But I was just like, I followed you for a long time, but I was just like, okay, I'm like, this the people that you meet and everything else and everybody's story. And, we all have the same concerns. I can't wear this. I don't know what to wear. I look in my closet. I can't find anything. What do I do? So it was a great environment, and I'm glad that I'm coming back for this, another round, and also the other class that we're doing as well. So.
Marianne not only is a second stellar because she took it again to do a new season with us, and she's got a brand new awesome job, and she's got a lot of weddings coming up. But we also have a sister program called Stellar Style Inside Out, and that is a monthly master class which allows you to continue to work with your stylist and continue to be in our community. And there's quite a few people on the call tonight that are in there too. So Marianne, thank you. We are running a little bit over. We thought we always do on this night when we bring guests in. It's 7:30. If anybody has to leave, please feel free to do so. I'm going to stay over on Zoom for a little while after we get through our guests, just to answer any questions that you have. But Marianne, if you want to hang out too, that would be great if people can ask you questions. But Marianne, thank you. We had such a great connection, and it's lasted over a year now. So I'm just so happy to hear that you're doing so well. And I so appreciate you coming on and sharing some of your experiences. Thank you. Okay. Next we have Martha Weisskey. Hello, Martha. Can Martha come up on the screen now?
Hello.
Oh, there she is. And there's her rack in the background.
I know. Here's my rack. That helped me clean out closets. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so Martha and I are mothers of boys, and we have gone through the sports journey together. And Martha first worked with Cathy Smith, probably 5 or 6 years ago. You and your husband were getting ready for an event. Tell the group about that.
So we were invited as guests to the College Football Hall of Fame dinner in Manhattan. My husband Mark's roommate and best man at our wedding was inducted. And I was talking to Mary Lou and saying, I don't know what to wear. And Mary Lou's like, well, I've been to that event. I can help you with this. And what a fabulous job Cathy Smith did. I never walked into a dressing room and had so many options laid out for me. And as soon as the dress that I ended up getting, I put it on, I just knew it was for me. And it was so much fun to then, go with her and get the shoes all on the same day. And I felt smashing that night. It was wonderful. Yeah.
And your beautiful husband, Mark, every time I see him, he talks about that dress. What a guy you have, Martha.
Yeah, it was black and sequiny and definitely fun. Yeah.
And you look like you were 18 on top of it. You really did. So talk to us then about why you're in our current cohort, and talk to us about why, when you contacted me, what was going on, and how this experience has been equally rewarding.
Yeah, so I was chatting with Mary Lou that I was going to South Beach in Miami for my cousin's bachelorette party. She is getting married next weekend for the first time at 47. And Miami's her favorite place. So she asked us all to go. And I said to Mary Lou, what do I wear to Miami? And then you thought, you waited, and then you said, why don't you give this class a try? And at first I was like, well, I don't know, but I'm going to echo Marianne. I'm realizing it's a real investment in yourself. And I had done the cleaning out your closet stuff before, but did it with renewed energy here. And it was amazing how much I took out of my closet that I just wasn't wearing at all. And it re-energized the whole wardrobe. And then working with Cathy Smith, the stylist, and she was adding new things in. And it's changed the energy of how I present myself now, because I have to say I lost my style during COVID.
Good. And this time you're back again with Cathy.
Yeah.
So Cathy, this time it's virtual, and Cathy is so for those of you that are interested in the audience, this particular program, you go through the models, and it's very very, from what people tell me, you can say what you feel, Martha, but people say that it's very motivating. Like
It is very motivating.
and you get on the call with Cathy. So talk to folks about that part, the stylist
Yeah,
part.
it's such a wonderful conversational atmosphere. But it's all, Cathy keeps everything very on point, very structured. And we talk through needs. And then she, within days, has sent a email with links for shopping. And one of the things that I told her I was most surprised at is she selected several pink things for me. And I had always avoided pink. And I was like, pink? And I tried it, tops, and they look fabulous.
Like, Cathy will never let you down, Martha.
She said, as soon as I saw you, I thought pink. And I said, oh no, I can't wear pink. And yeah, I can.
Yeah.
And that just gives a whole different kind of energy too, to have, something not ice pink, but like more of a rosy pink. So that was really, really fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And how's your pack for Miami? Are you packed?
I just came back.
Oh, you just came back.
It was, well, no, not just, it was 3 weekends ago. And what I do want to say is your number 4 tip. One of the thing all the ladies and I were saying while we were in Miami and South Beach is how the women rocked their shapes. And they just embraced their curves and their voluptuousness, and the clothes just were smashing on them. And sometimes I feel maybe in the Northeast we're a little more nervous about that, but yeah, so that was pretty special.
Oh, thank you so much, Martha.
Yeah.
And the last thing I'm going to ask you is if somebody's kind of on the fence, like Marianne was, what would you say to them?
Again, I'm going to say what both Marianne and I am saying. It's really an investment in yourself. And I think sometimes as women, we're so busy taking care of other people that we don't always take care of ourselves. And I would highly recommend this program to anyone.
Oh, thank you, Martha. Well, thank you so much. I'll make sure Cathy's not on tonight, but she's going to be watching the replay. And I know that, it just made me so happy to see the sharing and the links. And I thought you got some amazing, I think you got that blouse and the earrings.
And the earrings.
Oh, that's so great. Okay, Martha, thank you so much. And I hope anyone that has to jump off, please do. But I also wanted to bring up Julie Palmer. Is Julie here? I see. Oh, there's Julie. Thank you, Martha. So we get time for one more, and then we'll wrap up over on Facebook. And then I'm definitely happy to hang out and answer any questions. We've had a couple of requests for that, so I'm happy to do that tonight. Okay, Julie.
Hi, Mary Lou.
Hi, Julie. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. And tell everybody where you're from.
North Central Nebraska.
What's the weather like there?
It's still a little bit chilly some of the time.
Yeah. And
I'm wearing a sweatshirt tonight even.
so Julie is a fashionista, but tell the group what your other profession is.
Ranching. My husband and I ranch.
I love it. So we work with folks from all over the country, and that has really been the gift of Zoom for us. So a couple questions for you, Julie, and you've been in our world for a long time. What was the reason you joined the program?
I finally realized I could learn more than I followed your tips, your 10 tips every season. I would wait for those to come out. And I finally realized that there was more to learn than just those 10 tips every season.
Great. And what has been biggest, you're in the current program, what's been your biggest change so far? Working with Jen. You're working with Jen.
So when Jen helped me realize big on top, small on bottom, if you have wide leg on bottom, go small on top. So just the differentiating from the top to the bottom, that has been huge for me. So not to wear big wide leg pants and wear a big top, but wear a slimmer top if I'm going to wear wide leg bottom. So just incorporating that.
The proportion. Yeah.
Yep.
Would you say that our fit, because I know Sarah taught you've gone through the lesson on the organized wardrobe, find your fit, the core basics and accessories. People seem to like the order of that. Did that make sense to you?
Yes. And the accessories, I was just telling Sarah the other day, I says that one surprised me because I thought it would be mostly jewelry, but it was everything accessories, handbags, belts,
Collars. Prints, button placement. Yep. we
Right, exactly. Scarves, the whole, all of it, not just jewelry.
And so you've already said a couple things that have surprised you. Anything else surprised you about the program?
Putting your outfit on a hanger, having it in your closet, we've always been taught we should have mix and match wardrobes. So I think the mix and match should be just in my closet, but to hang it on a hanger ready to go. And I have not totally implemented that in my closet yet, but that will happen one of these days. But, we're taught mix and match wardrobe. So I think, it should be a mix and match wardrobe, but to have it ready to go on a hanger. I still can see her blue puffer vest, the turtleneck and jeans all hanging on her hanger, ready to go.
Oh, we love that. Hello, Eileen. How are you? Do you want to say a couple words about the program, Eileen? Oh, you're on mute. I think Maria has to unmute you. Oh, I see Margaret Cunningham. I see Carolyn Fedigan. Hello, Carolyn. You can come
now
on.
I'm unmuted.
Okay. Hi, Eileen.
Hi. I was going to say I've known you since 2006.
Oh,
When I was part of National Association of Professional Organizers.
okay.
And that's when I learned about you. And I'm really excited that in the last year that I've been able to participate in these programs because I've really, really learned a lot.
Oh, awesome. What has been your biggest surprise, Eileen?
The way my wardrobe has changed. I've always been very uniform, like the standard, the same pants, the same shirts, blah, blah, blah. And Jen has really pushed me into outfits that I never thought I would wear. Like I'm into skinny jeans and, I finally found the fit that I like. I got 3 pairs of pants last week at Talbot's that I have a pair of white jeans, black jeans, and denim jeans that are all a style that I would never have worn before.
Awesome. We love that. Sarah, do you want to say anything?
Sure. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's always a pleasure. I love Wednesday nights, and I especially love these particular live programs where we have participants from the current and past 90 days join us. It's such an amazing program, and I love hearing everyone's particular stories and takeaways, and just seeing you all makes my heart sing, and really makes me feel like and know that what we do and how that we can really help help you find your confidence. And there's so many things, everything on that cheat sheet that Mary Lou shared. Style can be learned, embracing your body, everything that we shared tonight is so true. And all of it is sort of sprinkled throughout our program and our method. So, working together in person or virtually, we have so many opportunities, and we just are so happy that I'm so happy to be with all of you tonight. Such a feel good thing. So thank you all for being here.
Awesome.
Great.
Okay, I think we're going to wrap up, but thank you guys so much. We have another good show coming up next week. We have some great guests. We're just kicking off June. I can't believe it's June already, but I think there's 5 Wednesdays in June. So we're planning some awesome programs for you all. Summer is it was here last week. It's not quite here anymore, but it'll be coming. So I hope that all of you, and again, the cheat sheet is just there as a reminder. I hope all 7 of our ideas and tips and strategies resonated with you. At least 1 or 2, but we'd love to know which ones resonated, because maybe we'll do a whole program on one of them. We really listen. So when Jen and Sarah send you out the tip sheets, if you could get back and let them know what your favorite was, what resonated with you the most, that really does help us. So I'll say good night. And again, thank you for showing up. As you know, when you show up, we show up, and we love working with all of you in this community. The Stellar Style program kicks off on June 13th. And again, if you're curious, there's several ways to take that program. Jump on my calendar, jump on Sarah's calendar. I am always in my office on Thursdays, and we're happy to talk through what the different options are and listen to what some of your challenges are. And I'm sure that we can help you really not give up on your style.